first, and some are first who will be last. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
My friends, perhaps the most difficult question for a teacher or preacher or parent or priest is to answer why. One little girl wanted to know why God put vitamins in spinach. If God had put them in ice cream instead, she said, it would be easier to get people to eat right. Why? Such a difficult question at times, isn't it? And some of the perplexing mysteries are more disturbing than others. For example, I see a baby born blind. It will never see the love in its mother's eyes. It is a strange thing to occur in a world created by a loving God. I remember reading about the famine in Sudan. It was caused by a combination of drought and civil war. The land was gripped with starvation, and most of the suffering fell on the children. That's a strange thing to happen in a world created by a loving God. And we wonder why. Another thing we wonder why about is why life is so hard and difficult. You know, almost everything we do demands a struggle. We have to work at it. But things are easy, and you just let them go, and they take care of themselves. Not true. But to make things in life good and important, we have to work at it. They're never easy. Jesus pointed that out in today's gospel story. He said it this way: try to come through the narrow door. In other words, we cannot casually stroll through life. To achieve any quality of living requires struggle and patience and time. And still we go back to that question, why? Why is life so difficult and so hard at times? I guess one reason is that the hard things are really the best things. Most satisfying achievements come after a long, hard, difficult road. But I think that the ultimate answer is that we don't know why. This is just the way life is, whether we like it or not. You know, God did not see fit to consult us before the world was created. Given the option, we would have made life a lot easier. Life was just handed to us the way God made it. As I see it, we have two choices. We can take life as it is and make the best of it, or we can complain about it. Which is the more sensible choice? You decide. I heard the story about a man crossing a field at night. In the darkness, he accidentally fell into an abandoned well. The well was so dry that he didn't drown, but it was also very deep. But he survived the fall without serious injury. He spent the night contemplating his circumstances. First, he thought how foolish it was to leave the well uncovered. Then he thought how unfair it was that one should fall into it. By morning, he felt deeply dejected and angry. At daybreak, he saw a rope hanging and began to pull himself up. But it was hard, it was difficult. About a third of the way up, he turned loose and dropped back down. He tried again and made it halfway. That was his last try. After that, he sat there and bemoaned his misfortune until he died. His epitaph read, "Here lies John. He died sitting at the bottom of a well because it was too hard to climb up." That man's circumstances are not unlike our own. It had been given to him. He did not choose it. but it was a hard way, a difficult way. He had to scratch and scramble and claw and climb out of the well, but he didn't. Even so, the narrow door of Christian living is open to all of us, but we have to struggle to enter that door. Life is hard, but for those who have the strength and the courage to follow Jesus, life is also good.